Thank you, Madam Chairperson. We thank the President of the Human Rights Council, Ambassador Schutt, for his informative briefing. The Human Rights Council, as an intergovernmental body, has the pivotal role within the international human rights mechanism. Constituted of diverse member states at different levels of development, societal contexts, and priorities, HRC is an invaluable institution. 70 years after the adoption of the UDHR, the international human rights discourse remains contentious. The Human Rights Council, since its inception as a successor to the Commission on Human Rights, has continued to grapple with ideological and political divides. However, despite these challenges, the Council has contributed significantly to human rights action and discourse over the last 12 years. Madam Chairperson, the greater acceptance of recommendations emerging from universal periodic review process is an encouraging trend which we must consolidate. We need to retain its universality, further improve its efficiency by rationalizing recommendations and by avoiding using it for imposing specific thematic discourses that have not yet acquired universal acceptance. Providing technical assistance and capacity building to bridge the implementation gaps is also important. Madam Chairperson, lack of consensus in Council's actions in situation-specific issues is a worrisome development that compromises its effectiveness and credibility. Adoption of aggressive and confrontational approach and overly intrusive methods without consultation and consent of the country concerned have been counterproductive, leading only to politicization of human rights issues. HRC, therefore, must continue to strengthen its adherence to the fundamental principles of universality, transparency, impartiality, objectivity, non-selectivity, and constructive dialogue for retaining its relevance and efficacy. The Council should also ensure that special procedures and treaty body mechanisms adhere to these fundamentals while making their contributions. The success of engagement with the special procedure depends on their continued independence, impartiality, and in carrying out their entrusted tasks with responsibility and sensitivity and in accordance with their mandate. The number of special procedures is increasing since inception of the Council, leading to duplication of mandates. The process of selection of special procedure mandate holders also needs more transparency. Instances of mechanisms and offices operating on their own without any mandate and producing clearly biased documents only further harm the credibility of the United Nations. The dependence of the Council on voluntary funding is of continuing concern. Council needs to continue to rationalize its priorities of work to make the most efficient use of the limited resources. Madam Chairperson, one of the Council's core responsibilities is to uphold principles of indivisibility, interrelatedness, and interdependence of all human rights, including the right to development. The Council's approach needs to be balanced with due emphasis on economic, social, and cultural rights, including right to development, aiming at greater inclusivity, participation, and accountability through implementation of the 2030 Agenda. Terrorism is the most serious violation of human rights which emanates from beyond our borders. The international community must take resolute action against terrorism in all its forms and manifestations to prevent and stop abuse of human rights and fundamental freedoms of innocent people. Council also has a role in building consensus around the frontier issues such as protection of human rights in cyberspace and impact of artificial intelligence, genetics, and other emerging technologies on human rights. Madam Chairperson, democracy in India is not just a system of governance, it's an article of faith of all Indians and is an inspiration for many around the world. India has recently been elected to the Human Rights Council. We remain committed to bring in pluralistic, moderate, and balanced perspectives to bridge multiple divides in human rights discourse and in action within the Human Rights Council and beyond. I thank you, Madam Chair.